I would say prospective customers, clients that are coming in looking for a YMS, one of the big differences is they want foreknowledge of what's going to happen, right? They want to understand, based on all the data in our yard, how can we predict the next thing that might happen, right? Seasonal information, all of that. I think a lot of that comes down to the prevalence of AI now. We go, hey, there's so much information that we track in our system. How can we look ahead? That's probably the newest kind of pain point that we've seen pop up. The other side is a lot of the same, right? You think of this space as always growing, always maturing. Well, based on research that we've seen from ABI Research Company, they've said, there's 100% awareness of yard management today, but only about 20% adoption. So you have 80% of companies out there know they need something in the yard, but they haven't implemented anything. AI is everywhere, right? And it has been to some degree, but I'd say there's an urgency now. And so, as an organization, we look at how can we not just fit a trend, but how can we actually leverage this new technology, both internally for producing a better product, but also give it to our clients so that they can, for example, automate the gate, get access to that data they're looking for. So, 5 years ago, I think about my first MODEX, visibility, where are my trailers? Nobody said the word artificial intelligence. That's got to be number one. Biggest mistake is absolutely rushing into something. So you think about an organization that is managing the yard with pen and paper and spreadsheets. I always say I've never met a company that's bad at managing the yard because, in logistics, we get stuff done. That's just what we do. By the time an organization comes to us, they're so good at managing the yard, they have outgrown whatever manual processes worked until they stopped working. So we come in to help them really level up. So I would say the biggest kind of mistake is saying, look, we're using pen and paper today. How do we get to robots in the yard? You go, well, there's a journey here. There's steps that you need to take. Incremental. Starts with perhaps digitization. Let's put a tablet in everybody's hand, right? Then you look at, how do we automate movement so that nobody has to be babysitting the system, but instead the system is managing itself. And then let's talk about AI. That, I would say, second biggest mistake is going to vendors that are known for being very good at one product and expecting them to be good at another product. There's a temptation in logistics to say, hey, one size fits all. We can, grab this one vendor and they're going to help us with everything. I think you're seeing a lot of movement now at the show where people go, well, what if I found the right vendor for this specific thing? So that service does very well. I wake up every day. All I think about is yard management. That's what we do.